Hello and welcome to another episode of Weather Watch, Millersville University's exclusive weather entertainment program. I'm your host, Sarah Kleinert. Let's get you caught up with weather that's made recent headlines these past couple weeks with your Weather in 60 Seconds.
A powerful cyclone in southern Africa, a tornado outbreak in the southeastern United States, and an earthquake in the Philippines are all part of your weather in 60 seconds. On March 3rd, Cyclone Idai developed off the coast of Africa and made landfall on March 14th and 15th near Beira, Mozambique as a Category 2 storm. This cyclone left at least 843 people dead and many more missing. On March 3rd, 40 tornadoes touched down across portions of the southeastern United States. The strongest of these was an EF4 tornado that devastated rural communities, killing 23 people and injuring at least 100 others. A pair of strong earthquakes has left at least 16 dead and at least 24 missing in the Philippines. A 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck the island of Luzon on April 22nd and was followed by a 6.4 magnitude earthquake on the island of Samar on April 23rd. Several roadways and buildings were damaged and cleanup efforts are still continuing. And that's your weather in 60 seconds.
Oscillations play a major role in what kind of weather we can experience from season to season. One of the major oscillations that impacts the United States is the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO. Caitlin Good sat down with Dr. Sepi Yalda to talk to her about the current El Niño situation.
El Niño is a large-scale ocean atmospheric climate interaction that is linked to an increase in warming in sea surface temperatures across the East Central Pacific. This event, which can occur on average every 2 to 7 years, can significantly influence weather patterns for the United States. As for the 2019 year, we have been experiencing a weak El Niño, and as the summer approaches, there is a 65% chance that a weak El Niño will continue through the Northern Hemisphere. Dr. Sepi Yalda, Professor of Meteorology and Director of CDRE, is here to discuss El Niño and the effects on the United States.
So El Niño refers to the warming of the tropical Pacific Ocean temperatures, and it is defined either as a warm or a cold event. So a warm event, or what we refer to as El Niño, refers to the ocean temperatures being at least defined by a 0.5 degrees Celsius temperature departure, and a cold event is when you have a departure in the negative, so colder by 0.5 degree Celsius temperature. There are different ways of defining this, but this is one way that is defined by the Climate Prediction Center. So starting in June of 2018, we began to notice the departures in the positive direction, or warmer than normal temperatures in the tropical Pacific. And this change carried into the fall, and an official El Niño, or a warm season, wasn't defined until 2019, the official definition that is put in place by CPC. And this departure has carried now through spring, and all the projections are showing that there is more than a 65% chance that the current El Niño season, the warm season, will actually carry all the way into the summer.
This El Niño is a little bit different from the strong 2016 event, where we saw kind of a pretty quick onset in December and the departures were above 2 degrees Celsius. In this case, the departures were around 0.8 at a strong point. And the warming with this particular event started quite a bit earlier. The warming that we started to see with this particular El Niño event actually started in June 2018, showing kind of persistently above normal, and then in February it was pretty much over a much extended area. The impacts of this El Niño have been, for example, if we look at the last 30 days, have been warmer and wetter in parts of the Northeast. And if we look at outlooks and impacts of what this El Niño can do for us in the Northeast and Pennsylvania, is that when we look at outlooks, we're looking at a period of May through July that are going to be warmer and wetter than normal. And these are pretty much in line with what we typically see with the impacts of El Niño on the northeastern part of the United States.
Thank you to Dr. Yalda for taking time out of her day to discuss El Niño. Reporting from Weather Watch, I'm student meteorologist Caitlin Good.
Thanks, Caitlin. As we head into the spring and summer months, the chance for severe weather increases. As more people spend more time outside, the risk for injury goes up. Here's Phil Goyette with tips on how to stay safe during a thunderstorm.
With warm spring weather comes unexpected and unpredictable storms. I'm Phil Goyette, and today I'm going to discuss with you a couple tips to help you stay safe and help you be prepared during this spring season. Prepare yourself for any weather emergency. It is a good idea to keep an emergency kit in your household. Some items this could include are a battery-operated flashlight and radio, an evacuation or shelter plan, a list of personal information, bottled water and non-perishable food, and blankets or sleeping bags. It is important to make sure everyone in the household knows where this emergency kit is located. Now that you're prepared for the storm, you need to know what to do and how to take action. ADT gives you these good tips. It is always a good idea to check the skies and radar constantly. You can find early indications of a storm's potential power this way. Listen up. Tornadoes sound like freight trains. If you see a flash of lightning and can't count to 30 before you hear thunder, head indoors. When it comes to lightning, a hard-top vehicle is also safe. You should wait 30 minutes after the last roll of thunder to go back outside. Find a good shelter. The best place to be during a storm is the lowest level of a structure without windows. Basements, interior hallways, bathrooms, and closets are all good choices for shelters. Flooding is another issue that results from a storm. Half of flooding fatalities involve vehicles. Never drive into standing water. If you see a flooded roadway, do not try to go through it. Water can easily stall your car, and moving water can sweep your car away. Turn around, don't drown. Spring storms can pose many dangers, but if you're prepared and take action, you can stay safe this season. With Weather Watch, I'm Phil Goyette.
Thanks, Phil. Well, that concludes this episode of Weather Watch. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also visit our website, muweatherwatch.com, to watch all of our previous videos. On behalf of the entire cast and crew, thanks for watching, and be sure to catch us next time on Weather Watch.